What's up YouTube, and welcome back to the Save Zone. My name is the Master Reactor, and today we're going to be doing my birthday Q&A. Welcome everyone, we are all here. I'm a year older, and I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you left in the comments of my discussion post, and also my story. So I'm so excited to dive in. First question from I Am Moop reads, are you planning on doing any more QSMP reactions? I just did my first one. Of course I'm gonna react to more of them. If you saw my reaction, you know I am definitely reacting to the rest of the QSMP, like story and stuff like that. I'm so excited to do more QSMP reactions, and of course I'm gonna watch more. This next question from user is, if you one day make a full face reveal, will you change your name to the Unmasked Reactor? First of all, no. I'm not going to full face reveal because I don't want to show the rest of my face. And the Unmasked Reactor, no, I don't see that becoming a thing in the future. SCP Foundation, I've seen them commenting on a lot of my videos. I guess the SCPs really like my videos, so thanks to all y'all cryptids for watching. But they ask, why are you such a good YouTuber? Thanks. I practice. I just start uploading. That's what you gotta do. You gotta start uploading. Believe me, my first YouTube videos that I made were garbage. They were so bad. So honestly, it's just the practice. You have to learn to talk to nobody, but talk to everybody at the same time. It's definitely a learning curve, but it's a lot easier than people think. It's just that first step, that getting going is the hardest part. Also, I'm going to say this right now, if I mess up any of your usernames, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. If there's ever a username that I don't know how to pronounce, I won't say it, but I'm trying my best. I'm saying this because the next person asked the question is Tamaki Sharp, and I think I'm saying that correctly, but if I'm not, I am so sorry, because y'all comment on a lot of my videos, and it just says, me and my boyfriend want to ask you, why are you so pretty? Thank you so much. I'm not gonna be like, I got a lot of comments, but like a lot of people have been complimenting me, and it's really, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. From the Mass Reactor to all y'all, thank you so much for all the compliments and birthday wishes. You guys are honestly so amazing, and it's just such a great fan base. That actually trails perfectly into the next question by Flash Ranger, who asks, what's your favorite thing about your community? And that ultimately is just how accepting y'all are. Like, ever since I came out to you, except for one person in my community, I'm looking at my father, besides him, the rest of y'all have been super accepting, so thank you so much. And ultimately, y'all are so awesome. Y'all are just so awesome, and that's my favorite thing about the community that I've built here, is just that we're all so accepting, and there's so many different people all coming together to watch videos. So I think that's kind of cool. I enjoy that. I enjoyed that part most. Is just the community and like the just acceptance in this community. The next comment is from Dilo. Now, they have been in my Discord for a good bit talking about dinosaurs, and of course they come into my comments asking, do you like dinosaurs? And what is your favorite dinosaur? And of course I like dinosaurs. Like, who doesn't? If you can find someone who doesn't like dinosaurs, that is like, you deserve a trophy for that. Like, who doesn't love dinosaurs, right? And my favorite one, that is a great question. I'd have to say, well, it depends on, dinosaurs are like ancient lizards, so I'm not going to count like ancient mammals like saber-tooth or the Gigantopithecus. But the Spinosaurus is a good pick. I love the Spinosaurus. I think that they're like so menacing. They're like giant walking crocodiles, which is like, that's kind of scary and kind of cool. So either the Spinosaurus or, honestly, I know it's a basic pick, but a raptor. Oh, raptors are so cool. There's just like, they're so like fun because like in my head I imagine raptors being like dogs. Like if you could domesticate them and just like play like fetch with a raptor, I feel like they'd love it. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm more of a marine biology person. I'm not too in depth with dinosaurs, so I probably am very wrong about that. This one's kind of silly, but Julian asks, in your opinion, a reactionary mask of truth, what is 9 plus 10? It is 21. Obviously. Like, I feel like if you've been to school, you know that 9 plus 10 is 21. Like, that's just like common math skills. Like, Now, this next commenter, Neozen, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. They ask, do you ever plan on doing streaming? I would love to see that. I actually do. I do want to start streaming more. I think that'd be totally fun. Like, playing games live and stuff like that. I honestly just don't have the time right now because college is obviously pretty strict on time schedules, and then I'm also working to pay rent. So I've had a lot of stuff going on right now, so I don't really have time to stream. And so I definitely will though, like on breaks or when I'm like like obviously when I have free time, I'm definitely planning on streaming more. So definitely go follow me on Twitch. I don't actually think I have it linked on my channel, but I will do that. I That just reminded me. Thank you so much for that comment and that question because now I'm gonna go link my Twitch. And if you see me looking down at any time during this video, I'm reading the comments off my laptop. So that's why I'm not just like disinterested. I'm not looking down here. I'm just reading the comments. I have them set up in front of me, but they're kind of hard to see. Max Wellish asked, "Who were your inspirations for starting YouTube?" Now I touched on this in my last Q&A, but obviously that was like just like give or take a year ago. But so I understand that if you didn't see that, which is totally fine, but definitely Hot Sauce Beats, Nate Allen, and YoBGS. As I said last year, Nate Allen especially was a super big inspiration for me. Like, he is just so awesome. He's just such a chill guy, and he actually he and I talked on Twitter. Yes, I'm calling it Twitter. Back when I first started my channel, I would literally, whenever I'd upload, I'd go over to his Twitter and DM him and say, "Hey, I need some advice. How does my new video look?" And he would actually like give me some like pretty fire advice. So like, thank you so much, Nate Allen. If you're watching this, I hope you are. But if you're watching this, thank you so much. You helped me so much in my journey of becoming a YouTuber, and you were so friendly while doing it, so thank you so much. This next comment is from Rem. They say, "Happy birthday. You said in the comments of your last reaction before the hiatus that you were moving into your own place. What was moving into a new place like?" Honestly, it was very stressful, but also like soothing because I was moving from a place where I was constantly in fear and anxious and in self-doubt, and I was ultimately, it was a very unhealthy living situation. Not like physically, I was fine physically, but mentally it was very unhealthy for me. So kind of moving out gave me that like relief to where I could like sit and in silence and take my feminine clothing out of a suitcase hidden in my closet and actually hang it up on the rack. Oh my goodness, the euphoria of doing that was so amazing. It was very refreshing, but the physical moving part, I moved into my apartment um on a record-breaking heat index day. I live in Florida. In case you don't know, I live in Florida, and moving in, it was like, I think it was like, I want to say it was like 112 degrees, and it was very humid, so it felt hotter than that. And I live on the third floor of my apartment building, so you can imagine what it's like carrying a bunch of furniture and all my equipment and all this cool stuff that I have in my room right now that's all set up. Imagine carrying all of that up 3 flights of stairs in blistering hot heat. You can picture how that went. So that part was super stressful, but moving mentally, that was a very relieving moment. Someone asks, "Happy birthday. Also, since you're in college now, are you comfortable telling us what you're majoring in?" This one also ties in with another comment that I will bring into this one, and that is the second part of this question from Jasmine Berry, which is, and that I mentioned I want to do graphic design, and asked what made you get into that field. So I'm kind of going to touch on both of these in the same answer. So I am majoring in digital art and design, and like I was thinking of swapping over to the graphic design because that is also what I want to do, is graphic design mainly. But the digital art and design course has motion graphics, which I am I want to learn motion graphics. I think that would be so cool. So that's what I'm doing. And what made me get into that field is I just love designing things. Like, designing logos or posters or stuff like that. I designed yearbook posters for my school. I designed tons of stuff for projects and stuff like that. And so I just thought my next step, obviously, is to study more and learn more in-depth things about this, so that way I can do it professionally and have fun while doing it. So that's ultimately what my major is and why I'm doing it. Nothing too complex. It's just I liked doing it, so I decided to further my education in it. Water Scorpion asks, I've been watching you for a solid year and a half now. These videos always make my day. I was just curious as to what pets you have had or have. I hope you're doing alright. And thank you so much for all the wellness checks too. That ultimately is awesome. As you see, I have been taking more breaks. Half of that is because of my college schedule, but the other half is because I need my mental health to function. And I've informed you all about that. But I'm doing great. So thank you for asking. And what pets do I have slash had? I guess I can say I had pets. They're both still alive. I have 2 cats, and they are the cutest things ever. I will throw up pictures right here if I can find any. If I can't, this is gonna look really awkward. I'm just gonna be holding my hands up. While my hands are up, look, I painted my nails. It's really dodgy, so if I keep moving my hands, you can't really tell. Yeah, I have 2 cats, so yeah. Images asks, what is your favorite Lovejoy slash Wilbur song, and if any of your thoughts have changed since your initial reactions? I don't know if I said this in my most recent reaction or in the reaction to this album, but I would hands down will defend that my favorite piece of Wilbur music is the Maybe I Was Boring EP. I listen to that all the time. It is genuinely my favorite piece of Wilbur music. I think it's also beautifully crafted, and the song It's All Futile, It's All Pointless, obviously they remade in Pebble Brain with a brand new like kind of twist and vibe to it, which was very good. I very much enjoyed that. And if we're talking strictly Lovejoy, I would definitely say Wake Up and It's Over. I think that album is absolutely the best, or EP. That EP is absolutely the best Lovejoy music. And then for Wilbur, I would say Maybe I Was Boring is my favorite. Now, Your City Gave Me Asthma, incredible. All of his individual music, incredible. Like, it's hard to rank because I love all of them so much, but I would have to say Maybe I Was Boring is definitely my top of Wilbur music. Now in this little middle section, I'm going to be touching on a lot of the comments about being trans. So I'm probably going to add a timestamp in here so there will be chapters. I'm not exactly sure how to do that, so we'll figure it out. But this is going to be the trans section of my questions. Scare2064 asks, happy birthday! As a fellow trans girl who wants to get into content creation, what's your dream video? Like, what video do you want to make the most? And ultimately, my answer to that is vlogs. I would love to do some vlogs. I just have nothing to do right now. I might do like a Disney vlog, maybe. That might be coming up, because if you notice, I kind of got kind of a setup going on here. Just saying, you know, a vlog might be coming in the not too distant future, because I have all the equipment for it, but obviously still working at the kinks of that one. So definitely a vlog though. I'd love to do some vlogging and obviously some streaming content, but as I explained, I am waiting for some free time in order to do that. So thank you for the question. And that ties into Jasmine Berry's first question, which is the future of TMR Extras channel. I definitely want to just post variety content there. It's not going to be just a gaming video channel, even though that is kind of what it's been so far. This video will be going up on both channels, so it will be over there as well. So if you're watching from TMR Extras, hello, welcome. And if you're watching from The Masked Reactor, go subscribe to TMR Extras. We gotta get that up to 500 subscribers. That's our goal. By the end of the year, it's just 300 subscribers, but our goal is to hit 500 subscribers over there. So please make sure, if you're not subscribed to TMR Extras, go subscribe. This next question from guest is going to get a little serious. I won't dive too much into it, obviously, because it is my personal life, but I will answer it because I think it's a valid question. Just wondering, how has life been going so far ever since you made the decision to come out as trans? Did any of your close family members, besides your parents, like cousins and friends, decide to not associate with you? Anyways, have a wonderful birthday. Thank you so much. As of right now, it is no longer my birthday. That tells you how late I'm recording this video. Yes. So, basically, the term not associating with me is not accurate. My parents and my entire extended family are very much wanting to associate with me, but not for the reasons that I need them to. Because I came out to them, half of them I came out to through thank you cards from graduation gifts and stuff like that. Because I wrote my chosen name instead of my birth name, and apparently I caused my grandma so much grief that we had a health scare. Whoopsies. But yeah, no, so they don't like me being trans very much, but they still associate with me, and text me constantly, and I don't complain. Like, honestly, like, I don't care, if they text me. If you're watching this, mom and dad, or any extended family, hi, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. Why not? But also, I don't hate that you text me. I read your texts, and I respond to the ones I feel like I need to respond to. So yeah, they very much associate with me, but not in the nice way. More of the um you know. If you know, you know. I'm not going to describe it exactly. I'm not going to read text word for word because obviously that's private information. But yeah, sorry if that kind of rambled on a bit. I just was trying to find a way to word it that didn't sound like derogatory or mean. Uwu Valentine asks, how has your transition journey gone? I'm currently getting on a waiting list to get HRT and have been out for a year, but I've not been able to do much with my appearance because I'm waiting to get on hormones to start that too. I hope you're doing well. Smiley face. That's great. I'm so happy for you. I live in Florida, so I don't really have access to HRT or trans healthcare at the moment. And it's very scary down here. So I'm so happy for you that you're getting the care that you need and that like will help you. My transition's been going great. I've changed my name. Obviously, people at work call me by my new name. I'm respected by my pronouns. I wear makeup. I dress femininely. And yeah, that's about it. I've tried vocal feminization, and obviously there's still a lot of way to go. And I don't even use my full like femme voice that I've been working on YouTube because I'm so afraid of messing it up and sounding really weird because it's not done. I'm not at all ready to show that off yet. But that's about as far as I've gone with my transition. The second I'm able to get HRT though, you know I'm getting on that waiting list. You know I'm getting on that waiting list because I'm so excited to start HRT. Like, you have no idea. This question by Reddit Animation kind of slides directly from this last one. They ask, hey, I'm a trans femme too, but I started recently, so I just want to know what's your biggest tip on passing like you? Also, or do you own a blahaj? Alright, touching on that first bit, thank you so much that you think that I passed. Like, I genuinely, it's like, it's so encouraging. Wow, overexposed background. It's so encouraging that y'all think that I pass. I pass at work, mostly. There's a few slip-ups sometimes. Ultimately, the thing that I found that works the best is makeup. At work, by customers, I'd often get misgendered, even though I do wear, fake, fake, you know. But I do wear, like, obviously fake, but I still got misgendered a lot. But the second I started wearing makeup, I literally have never been misgendered by a customer. And these past 2 weeks where I literally learned makeup last week. Like, that's just crazy. But makeup is definitely a huge thing. I also have longer hair, so that's something. But ultimately, passing is up to, like, if you want to look more feminine and pass as being feminine, that is to, like, ultimately, you need to get to a point where you're comfortable. That's my biggest advice to anyone out there who's trans, is find that point where you're comfortable. And if people misgender you, or if people don't understand that, you can explain it to them, and you can work to get the look that you feel would be most comfortable and would gender you the best. Because obviously the way that I dress and the way that I do my makeup and have long hair might not be what you want to do. You might not want to have long hair, because there are plenty of trans femmes who have short hair. There are plenty of trans mascs who have long hair. There's plenty of, like, cis men and cis women who have long and short hair accordingly. Like, it is all up to the person themselves. So whatever you feel does best, as long as you're passing, like, to you, as long as you feel this is where I want to be, this is how I want to look, that's what matters. And on that second question, Of course I do. Who do you think I am? Of course I have a Blahaj. I don't have a name for them though. I haven't been able to name them yet. I don't know what to name them. Anyway, back into the ocean. Now we're back to just the extra questions that I have left over that I just want to throw in here. This question by Gray Laser says, what do you think about the YouTuber DougDoug so far? I know you've only watched one video, but I'd definitely like to see more. Just don't get too pressured. Just so y'all know, I never feel like pressured to do a video. Whenever y'all request something, I obviously am like, I'll look into that. And if I don't make a video on it, it's not that I don't want to react to them. It's just the fact that I don't get around to reacting to them. But DougDoug, I was able to fit in to my upload schedule. I had a down day where I was like, what day do I want to upload? You know, I have done like everybody here. I want to upload something new. So I uploaded a DougDoug video and I absolutely loved it. DougDoug is hilarious and like smart because like he can like code. And some of y'all were telling me that he like used to work for a big company. I don't remember. I'm gonna pull up the comment right now. Okay, I found the comment. It's by Gasp Gecko. They said that Doug is actually a very skilled programmer, though none of us would ever admit that in chat. He used to work for EA. That's crazy. Like Berkeley and also like working for EA, while I don't like EA as a company, I think there's too many microtransactions. Besides that, that's still so impressive. So like that's so cool. But no, genuinely, I love I love DougDoug. I think he's hilarious, and I can't wait to react to more of him. This next question by Giant Firecracker was a bit concerning, but thankfully one of y'all actually handled it and answered, and I thought it was a really funny interaction, so I thought I'd include that here. Giant Firecracker asks, why can I not feel remorse or guilt in my soul, in your opinion? And then Gray Laser responded, because of the popular game Among Us VR. I second that response. No, but I just really thought that was a funny interaction, so I thought I'd add that in here too. This is a question from CJ is my stage name, and they ask, I can't believe I've been watching over a year. I remember the first one being in it. My question is, what weird food combinations do you really enjoy? This is definitely a random question, but I like it. I don't know. I don't mix foods that often. I'm that kind of person that sorts my food. Like I can get like a bag of like gummies and sort them by color and type, and like if I have like I literally right here I have the best gummies. I'm gonna cover up the brand, but like if you know this packaging, you know what I'm talking about. But they're like just fruit that are like filled with like fruit juice. Before I eat them, I always organize them. And I've done that with all my food. Like I have to have like this part of the food at this side of the plate, this one at this plate, and then I eat in a circle around the plate. I don't know if I'm weird for doing that, but there's not many food combinations that I've tried. Like not anything weird anyway. So I really don't have an answer to that one. I just thought I'd give my input on what I do with my food. This commenter asks, as a non-American, I want to know if you've ever been outside of America and what it was like or what's different about America versus where you've been. I'm going to say yes, but I'm going to say that hesitantly because while I've been to like Cozumel, Mexico, and like Jamaica, I haven't been to those places. I've been to the tourist areas because I went to all those places on a single cruise. So obviously Cozumel, what I saw of Cozumel was basically just the tourist trap section. I don't know what else there is to do in Mexico. Same thing with Jamaica. We went on like a river ride and that was so fun, so refreshing, so like just relaxing, and I loved it. But then again, I didn't really get to experience the culture of Jamaica, and I didn't get to like experience what it was like living in that country. I just got to experience what it was like to be an American visiting that country. So I would obviously love to learn more about the culture of places I visit and like stay there for longer and like ultimately like learn more, because that's a great thing to do. So I'm gonna say yes, I've been outside of America, but I couldn't really tell you what's different. The only thing different is that they weren't America that I saw. But obviously there's tons more to do in all those countries that I've been to. So I would love to learn more about those cultures and like actually like, you know, explore instead of just being in like a bunch of tourist traps. So yeah. Just WB Bella asks, no time to explain, sushi or pasta? This one I'm leaving for last because this is the hardest question because it depends who makes it. If I'm making either, I'd make pasta, and I love pasta, um, especially with some Alfredo sauce, like some spaghetti with Alfredo sauce and some meatballs. So good. And like obviously the Velveeta shells and cheese, well that's like kind of cheating pasta. It's still very good, but my one of my best friends makes some killer sushi that I like. They currently are in another state, so like I haven't been able to hang out with them. They are coming back soon though, so I'm so excited that I get to hang out with them. But their sushi is to die for. It is so good. I don't know how they make it so well, but they do, and they are like so good. So if they're cooking sushi, easily, hands down. Even though you don't cook sushi, you know what I mean. But if I'm cooking, I'd probably pick pasta because I love pasta. Now these are actually some comments from my last Q&A post that I posted a year ago, but I never got around to answering these questions in the comments, nor did I answer them in the video, so I thought I'd bring them up and kind of answer them and kind of touch on them again. Some of them I touched on the last one, but doing a little bit of a refresher because some things have changed. Slorping asks, what is your current favorite movie, and what would be your favorite scene from said movie? Now, as you can actually, you can't really tell in this shot, but I've talked about it a lot. I love Lord of the Rings. Like literally everything Lord of the Rings, I love. I own. I don't own everything Lord of the Rings, obviously, but like I have almost every single Lord of the Rings Lego set is on this shelf. One of them is not built. I have that one in my closet, and then I'm missing like three more that I'm trying to collect. But then after that, I will literally have every single Lord of the Rings Lego. I have the books. I have the audiobooks. I love Lord of the Rings, and my favorite scene has to be the battle of the Battle of Pelennor Fields, from Return of the King. Also, the Battle of the Black Gate. It's so good. The movie is so good. I absolutely am in love with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think it's so incredibly done. I also, controversial opinion, love the Hobbit movies. I love the Hobbit book, and I think the Hobbit movies are a bad adaptation of the book? Yes. But I still love the movies as a trilogy of Lord of the Rings movies, and I love the Hobbit book as, excuse you, I'm recording. I love the Hobbit book as uh, a Lord of the Rings book. I think Tolkien is a really great author. I know, the coldest take ever, but definitely any of the Lord of the Rings. And then my favorite scene is anything in the Lord of the Rings. Ivanos42 asks, "How are you?" Whew. That can either be a long answered question or a short answered question. We're picking the short answer and saying I'm good. Moondragon's comment was, "What fandoms or communities are you a part of, and what pieces of media do you enjoy the most?" What fandoms and communities? I'm in a ton. Obviously, the Lord of the Rings fandom. I posted actually a really long, uh, like blog post on the fandom wiki for Lord of the Rings. Like, I'm very big into that fandom. Another one is the Owl House. Oh my god, I could talk about the Owl House for hours. That show made me feel so seen and loved, and I every time I go back to watch the show, I literally cry so much, and it's one of my favorite shows. Dana Terrace, expert show. I hate that Disney canceled it because they're stupid. Sorry Disney, I'm gonna say it, but the Owl House is ultimately one of the best Disney shows besides Gravity Falls, animated that is. Gravity Falls and the Owl House were ultimately my entire childhood. Gravity Falls carried me through much of my younger years, and then Owl House hit me right as I was leaving childhood. But oh my god, I love the Owl House. It was a story of self-acceptance and fulfilling your potential and loving who you are, and like I could talk about that. I am in that fandom very much so. Also Star Wars, like if you can also tell, I have uh like an entire clone army. I showed you that in my last Q&A video. Is the fact that I'm Ooh, I almost just dropped Slime Sequel on the ground. But the fact that I am like an avid collector of Lego Star Wars, I bought 5 of these the other day. So Yeah, if that doesn't tell you that I'm a Star Wars fan, that I'm in Star Wars fandom, that would be it. And finally, this is our last question of the video. I know, so sad. I wish I could answer more, but there aren't any more. I answered all your comments, even some from the last video. This message is from Koraz, and they ask, are there any video requests you've gotten that you don't think you'll ever react to? And on the flip side, what are requests that you've gotten since coming back that you are or were excited to see? I definitely was excited to see what DougDoug was all about, and I'm so glad that I watched him because he is hilarious. Definitely getting more reactions for DougDoug coming up. I promise you that. And are there any video requests you've gotten that you don't think you'll ever react to? There's nothing I ever put, besides like obviously YouTubers that have been deplatformed. I will never react to those. But I haven't gotten recommended any of those. So like the thing is like I'll always look into what you request, and ultimately it just comes down to what fits in the schedule, what fits in the uploading schedule, what I have time for. And so I'm never against your suggestions, so please by all means continue to suggest things in the comments. And speaking of the comments, seeing as this is the last question, if you have any more questions that I didn't touch on in this video, please make sure to leave them in the comments down below because I would love to answer them. I love hearing what y'all have to ask me, and I love being able to talk and just interact with my community. Also, if I had the money, I would be going to VidCon, but I don't. So don't ask me if I'm going to VidCon because I'm not going. But that's because I don't have money, not because I don't want to. So anyway, that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this isn't your standard video, but I hope you enjoy it anyway, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.